Hello, SynGAP land. My name is Michael Gralia. Today is Friday, March 6th, the 10th week of the year, 2026. This is episode 201 of the CURE SYNGAP1 podcast. And we've got a couple fundraisers coming up. We got Sprint for SynGAP in 49 days, and we've got the inaugural San Francisco Night of Impact in 83 days. What do we need money for? Well, go back and listen to episode 197, where I talked about our scientific priorities, where we're funding grants, and episode 200, the last episode, where I talked about all the activities we're pursuing that cost real money that are happening outside of our scientific grants. These two piles of projects all take money, and that's why we're asking you to support Sprint for SynGAP. Sprint is coming fast. It's in 49 days. It's a chance for you to set up a small event. It can be a walk around your backyard. It can be meet in the park. It can be just asking friends and community members to sign up in a peer-to-peer. Super easy to set up a team, super easy to raise some money. Some people have really set up amazing events. Sarah and Sarah are setting up a proper 5K in Virginia. The Davillas have done some famous events in Boston. Zoe's doing something here in Fairfield. So it's going to be awesome. Please take part in Sprint for SynGAP. If you've been around for years, if you've been around for weeks, doesn't matter. Set up an event, participate, get your friends in your community to contribute to CURE SYNGAP1 so we can fund all this important work. And then if you're in San Francisco in 83 short days, please join us there. That's going to be a great event. I got a lot to go through today, so I'm going to keep going. Natural history studies matter. I talked in episode 198 about how we have Citizen and Promise, and you should listen to episode 198, and you should take part in those. But there's a great paper in the New England Journal of Medicine, which is one of the top journals, talking about Zuvenersen and the great work they've done there in Dravet. And they've been dosing patients with Zuvenersen long enough. I hope I'm saying that right. These drug names are ridiculous. They've been dosing patients long enough that they can now compare patients who've been on drug for a few years to patients who are in their natural history study, and the results are kind of amazing. So check out that paper. It's really remarkable, and every time you read Dravet syndrome or SCM1A, kind of replace that in your head with SynGAP1. This is where we're going. This is where we're pushing. This is our goal, to get a disease-modifying therapy, an antisense oligonucleotide, an ASO, into SynGAPians, and to have incredible results like this. I want to do some shout outs because they're well deserved. First of all, Merlina Davilla is a mom in Texas, and her beautiful daughter Rosie and her were on Univision together. CureSynGAP1.org/Rosie 2026. Univision is national television, guys. It's in Spanish and it's national television. So incredible work to the Davillas, about getting that piece in and about raising awareness for SynGAP1 in the Hispanic community. Just incredible. Even if you don't speak a lick of Spanish, I don't understand where you live, but watch that video. It's so heartwarming to see her, and so it took so much courage to bring a TV camera into the home and to let TV at you. So I'm really, really proud of that. Rare Disease Day was, as you know, just on Friday. We had a lot of people talking. I want to thank Emily Barnes for going to Quiver, which is a biotech that has SynGAP asset, and giving a talk. Paulina joined me, and then Brian Sheehan also spoke with his wife Alana at Third Rock, which is an investor in the life sciences, about SynGAP. I was at SparkNS, and then of course we had John Hill and Allison, two of our board members, appeared at and represented CURE SYNGAP1 at the CNBC Cures meeting. So that was quite a showing, guys. Great work being in 4 different places and waving the flag for SynGAP1. It matters. It adds up. It tells people we're on the map. And then the last shout out I want to give is to my dear friend Beata, one of our strongest moms here in the States, just a tireless supporter of all of our work, and also a major link to the fierce Polish community. She does so much, one SynGAP story wasn't enough. So we're going to do a 2-part series for her. Part 1 is up. Do not miss it. Speaking of flying the flag for SynGAP, by the way, I will be going to a meeting in Boston, and it takes a lot, guys. It takes a lot to get me to fly across the country. I really hate being far from home and far from Tony. But I'm going to a meeting in Boston for the kickoff of the DSC. And just so you understand what the DSC means, in addition to Colorado Children's and Stanford, which are part of the DSC and where we have a PROMISE study, the DSC will now sort of put SynGAP as a desirable disease to see patients, collect data, and study at Boston Children's, at Rush, and at the University of Alabama, aka UAB. So that's an important network, guys. And if you're close to University of Alabama, Boston Children's, or Rush, please try to get seen there and tell them you want to be part of the DSC study. But that's going to be exciting work, and I'm looking forward to that. Dates to track, real quick. The scramble for SynGAP is in 211 days. So that's a little bit out there in South Carolina, but if you're a golfer, probably pencil it in now. And the conference in Denver is in 271 days. Mike, you're ridiculous. It's March. We just had a conference. We've barely recovered. Well, look, by the way, almost all the videos from both Science Day and Family Day are up on the website. So incredible work, by the way, media team, communications team, basically Ed and all the people. So much good work putting those videos together. So if you missed the conference, if you want to relive one of those presentations or share it with someone, both Science Day and Family Day videos are up on the website. But the next conference is in 271 days. Why am I spending time on this? Because it's not too early to put that on your calendar, to get the time off work, to get some cheap plane tickets, and to plan on coming to Denver. Because I'm telling you guys, this conference is the heartbeat of our community. Everyone should be at this conference. There will be a lot of announcements. There'll be a lot of news. There'll be a lot of updates. There's going to be a lot of key players in SynGAP land in the room for that meeting. In part because it's a really important conference, and in part because we're smart enough to do it the day before AAS, which is literally global summer camp for neurologists, right? People fly in from all over the world for AAS, and we're just like, hey, show up a day early, and we'll have a meeting. That's what we do. So conference in Denver, 271 days. You can pre-register right now and put it on your calendar. For our industry friends who sponsor the conference and other things, we do have a full prospectus of sponsorship opportunities. It's at curesynGAP1.org/prospectus. Check it out. If people look at that and they're like, wow, you guys make so much money on the conference. I want to be crystal clear. We lost money on this most recent conference. We did not make money. Conferences are expensive. Food is expensive. Swag is expensive. Space is expensive. AV is absurdly expensive. Like, all this stuff adds up. Some years we're a little up. Some years we're a little down. This past year we were down. So it really matters when industry sponsors us. And I want to thank you in advance for considering that. I got a couple more things I want to get through. Biosamples. I'm going to keep talking about this, guys, every episode. Check out the link, the Combined Brain Roadshow. If you are anywhere near one of those roadshows, please go and give a blood sample from your SynGAPian. Also, if you're getting an email from Catherine or hearing from our friends at Combined Brain about a study we're doing on those biosamples, please respond to that. Please share your consent. This is a super exciting study where we're basically taking samples we already have and then we're giving people the chance to give more samples. And then we're asking you to consent, and then we're going to analyze the heck out of this data. We're going to do proteomics, metabolomics, all the omics. What does omics mean? It means taking samples and generating a bunch of data to better understand our disease. It's hugely exciting work. We could not do it without Catherine Heldy as our CSO. So thank you, Catherine. Hey, PubMed is at 12 publications in 2026. We're in week 10. That means we're up 2 over 1 a week. This is a good trend. I'm pretty excited. And there's still a lot of amazing manuscripts that I'm aware of that have not been published. So that's exciting. There's 2 papers I just want to flag for people who are listening. There's a paper about HDAC inhibitors that are and how they affect synaptic genes vis-a-vis splicing. So if you're like, was that English? Don't worry about it. But if you're a scientist and you're thinking about HDAC inhibitors and you want to know their impact on SynGAP, check that out. And then this other paper, super fascinating. It was looking at dementia and genes that made you, or genes and or behaviors that made you more prone to cognitive decline and or resistant. And they actually found a SynGAP missense mutation that made you resistant to cognitive decline. Cognitively resilient, I think they called it. I thought that was fascinating, and it just is testimony to how important this gene is. So super cool papers. Hey, follow us on LinkedIn and YouTube. The numbers are in the show notes. They're impressive. I'd love to get us to 5,000 on LinkedIn. Camp 4, congratulations. The stock price is at $4.59. It closed the business yesterday. It's pretty good in the current market. This has been episode 201 of the CURE SYNGAP1 podcast. Thanks for your support. Thanks for doing Sprint for SynGAP. We'll see you in San Francisco.